Hello everybody, it's me, Stephen Garner with Profile Marketing. I'm a former title rep for a national title insurance company in Phoenix, Arizona. As a matter of fact, I spent 10 years in the title business, helping real estate agents grow their business. So I left the industry back in March to co-found a company called Profound. We help professionals get found online, professionals including real estate agents like yourself. So I have been looking at some of the keywords that I'm ranking for on my website, and I noticed a search quite frequently lately for something related to changing real estate brokerages. And that's the focus I want to focus on today, is changing real estate brokerages. So you're an agent and you are with XYZ Realty, ABC Realty, whatever it is Realty, big behemoth national brand Realty, and you're not happy for whatever reason. So you go to Google, as consumers do, because you're being a consumer right now because you have a need, and you're asking Google what kind of questions you should ask a real estate brokerage, what's important, right? And you're landing on one of my articles that I've written on it. So that's what I want to talk about today. What's important to an agent? What's important to an agent? I'll never forget, probably about 2 years ago, I met with an agent who had a broker who had a brand new real estate office. And I sat down with him and he went through the typical, this is what we offer and this is why we're great and this is why we're fantastic. And everybody should believe in their brand. Everybody should believe in their product. So more power to him. But then after he was done, where most people probably would have got up and left and said, okay, great, thank you, I asked him one question. And that question was this: if I was an agent, why would I come work with you? How are you going to help me grow my business? And he leaned back in his chair, and he did a little of this, and it got a little bit defensive, right? Because frankly, it's not really a question that a lot of brokers have to answer. And then he did something also I'll never forget, which is he went like this. And I looked around with him and I was like, okay, what is it? He said, look at this office. Look at where this office is. It's right near this, and there's a lot of traffic that goes by here, and it's a great location, and we have agreements with title companies. We have agreements with lenders. We do free postcards. We do this, we do that. Why wouldn't anybody want to join us? And you know what? That's the old school mentality of a broker. Because what I know is that most people really don't have to go into a brokerage anymore. And if you look at the stats from NAR, you'll know that less than 3% of consumers care about XYZ broker compared to another. They just don't care. Now, if you get somebody moving from New York to Phoenix, let's say, and they don't know any real estate agent, that would account for the 3% because they're probably going to go with a brand they've seen advertised on TV, like your Remax or your Keller Williams or whatever. But the overwhelming majority, they're hiring you to do a job, not necessarily their broker, not necessarily the national brand. So what is it that you need to find, either to stay where you are or to jump over to another brokerage? What kind of questions should you ask? All right, so support. Support's very important as a broker, right? Or as an agent. You want to know that there's a problem, your broker's going to go to bat for you. I don't really call that a benefit. I call that an expectation. That's the point of a broker. You also want communication, right? You call, they call you back. Once again, I don't consider that a benefit. I consider that an expectation. Let's see, what else do I consider an expectation? Somebody to help with your transaction, somebody that's going to help you fill out different brokerages, they call it a blue sheet or whatever it is, right? Somebody's going to help you with that, or even if it's not free, it's something you can pay for to get done, just kind of streamline the process. I would consider that an expectation. But ultimately, the most important question that I would ask if I was an agent is, how are you, Mr. Broker, with your big office and your great location and your TV commercials and your newspaper ads, and thank you for that glossy magazine out there. I read all about your brokerage and how wonderful your brand is. How are you going to help me increase my business? Because that's all that matters, right? That's really all that matters. You're not going to get to the point where you're going to experience what it's like to have a transaction unless you're doing business. You need to do business. How is that broker going to help you grow your business? That's the question I would ask. I don't want to hear about everything else. I don't want to hear about how great everything is. I want to know how you are going to help me increase my business. And then shut up. Don't talk. Stand there, sit there, look at him in the face, and the first person that talks loses. How are you going to help me? Because what I know is that over 94% of consumers are going to the internet first to look for homes. And over 80% of them will find their agent there. They'll go with the first agent they come across. You've seen that when you hear about the brand new agent selling multi-million-dollar homes that are sitting open, right? Because they came, they did the research, they went, oh, there's the house, and look, there's an agent. He can help us. How are they going to help you build your business? If what they tell you has nothing to do with the internet, or more importantly, has to do with their proprietary internet, I don't know if it's the right fit. Because you can have somebody that will give you a fish or teach you how to fish. You want to learn how to fish. You want to know how to generate your own leads, your own deals. That's what you want to know. That's the kind of broker that you're probably going to want. Someone who can show you not only the present, but the future. Someone that's going to keep you apprised on changes, right? With mobile technology and video and how consumers are searching for real estate. That's what's going to be important. That's what I would ask. Everything else is going to be second, third, fourth down the road. That's great that you can give me a discount on my office space. That's great that I can even do floor time. Thank you very much. That's great that you have scripts and dialogues to answer the phone when somebody comes in. The only problem is, as you already know, most people don't go into real estate offices anymore. In fact, they don't even want to meet you at your real estate office. They want to meet you in front of the house, right? They don't want to get in the car anymore, right? They want to meet you in front of the house. So how important is having a great fancy location? How important is that in your business? Probably not much. What you need is someone that's going to help you do more of it. Business, that is. So that's what you want to ask. I am Steve Garner with Profound Marketing. Our website is foundwithprofound.com, and we just happen, the unbelievable luck, we happen to provide WordPress websites that work. We show you how to use them, provide training and support, and webinars and all the other kind of stuff that you would need to know to grow your business. So in the event that you find a broker that you just need to go with because it's a great brand and because they got a great location and because they're going to give you great pens and pads and whatever else, fine, go with them. We got you covered on the business side. Foundwithprofound.com. Thanks. Good luck out there. Find the right broker.